A lot of people. Black is in here. Some Sonic brother. All these people I added when I went to lunch. That's why I don't never go to lunch. We can go. I'll just wing it. Yeah. Try to catch up.
Black line.
On Mr. Larkin, I've got a $20,000 cash surety KPS, you're aware?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Speak to the king and
Oh, okay, that one was the one. All right, thank you. All right, hello, at DDC, your name, please?
Yeah. Say your name.
What's your name, sir? All right, this is case number 210-447-3301. People State of Michigan versus Stephen DeSplinter, counsel.
Judge Sheriff, on behalf of the son, Mr. Larkin, place for warning. Your Honor. Who was this?
DeSplinter?
I heard Larkin, and I know that's not Mr. Larkin.
No.
Just 1 second. Judge Sheriff, on behalf of the son, Mr. Splinter, who is formal reading, understands the constitutional rights and stands here.
Thank you, counsel. Court notes formal reading has been waived. Enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. This is listed as a misdemeanor. I'm noting that in terms of danger to the community. I don't see anything else in front of me that causes me danger to the community. A concern about danger to the community. Is your client a resident of the area?
He is, Your Honor, a lifelong resident and no priors to my knowledge, and 62 years old.
Okay, thank you. $5,000 personal bond, $5,000 personal bond because I don't see a danger to the community or flight risk here. Next court date is going to be June 25th in front of Judge Bryant. There is to be no contact or attempted contact with Alvin Carter during the course of this bond. That means no verbal contact, no written contact, no contact through third parties or social media. Any attempted contact will be considered a violation of the conditions of the bond. Thank you.
Up there. Right, here it comes.
Hi, what's your name, please?
Andrew Robinson.
All right, Mr. Robinson, this is case number 210-584-3301, People versus Andrew Robinson. Counsel.
Judge Sheriff, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Robinson, who is formal reading, understands the constitutional rights and stands here.
Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I do note that this is a non-assaultive offense. There are no prior convictions in front of me, assaultive or otherwise, such that I have this concern about danger to the community. Is your client a resident of the area?
Yes, sir, a lifelong resident.
Thank you. I don't see a flight risk then. Bond is set in the amount of $1,500 personal. The next court date is going to be August the 4th in front of Chief Judge William McConico. After that, on August the 11th, before Judge Jefferson. He's not to purchase or possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons during the course of the bond. Thank you. Quinn is here on Stewart. Mr. Quinn, I still do not have Stewart on my list. That's not on the list for today.
He's not on the list today.
Nope.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, over at DDC, what's your name, please?
Dwayne Crump Jr.
All right, Mr. Crump Jr., case 210-584-3201, People of the State of Michigan versus Dwayne Crump Jr., counsel.
Judge Show on behalf of defendant, Ms. Crump, who is formal reading understands the constitutional rights and standing.
Thank you, counsel. Court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I do note that this is non-assaultive. There are no prior convictions in front of me, such that I have a concern about community safety. Is he a resident of the area?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Then I don't see a flight risk. Bond is set in the amount of $1,500 personal. Next court date is going to be August the 4th in front of Chief Judge Laconico. After that, August 11th in front of Judge King. He's not to purchase or possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons during the course of the bond. Thank you.
Come on. All right. One at a time. Yeah, one at a time.
Hi, what's your name, please?
Crack your hood off. You ain't
Mr.
court.
Larkin, before I call your case, you missed court. I'm getting a lot of feedback. Hold on one second. I can't hear. See if it has something to do with YouTube. Okay, you can bring Mr. Larkin back up. Sorry about that. Okay, this is case, we're going to start with traffic misdemeanor matters where you missed a court date. When you missed your court date, the judge assigned to the case, issued a warrant, they set a bond. We're going to set the warrant aside today, so it's not hanging out there anymore. You will get a personal bond on the ticket. You have the right to remain silent. You are being recorded. Anything you say could be used against you in the future. Technically, this is a misdemeanor. That means that the maximum possible penalty you face is up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. It doesn't mean that's what will happen in your case. That's just the maximum possible penalty. You do have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you on or before your next court date to help you deal with this ticket. The ticket is ticket number U50686919. The government alleges here that on May the 19th of 2019 in the area of, where were you? 7 Mile Road, an address on 7 Mile Road, that you were engaged in disorderly conduct. This case, you've got a personal bond. Your next court date is going to be July the 2nd of 2021, and you're going to be in front of Judge Perkins on this one. Then we have case number 2006-159801, People of the State of Michigan versus Dennis Larkin, counsel.
Judge Show on behalf of defendant, Ms. Larkin, who is formal reading understands the constitutional rights and standing.
Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. In terms of bond, a capious bond was set in this case, Mr. Larkin, when you missed your preliminary exam. The judge set that bond in the amount of $20,000 cash surety. As a magistrate, I do not have the authority to adjust that bond, so I must keep the bond today at $20,000 cash surety. I know your attorney did make efforts to speak with the judge on the case and see if he would grant the authority to change the bond, but he did not. Anything else you wish to add with respect to bond, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We'll continue to work on this, and if anything changes, we'll just ask that for back to the screen.
Okay, thank you. Bond is set in the amount of $20,000 cash surety. The next court date is going to be June the 10th at 8:30 a.m. in front of Judge King. After that, then there's another date of June 17th at 8:30 a.m. in front of Judge King. $20,000 cash surety at this time. Thank you.
All right, you want to go look?
Hi, what's your name, please? Mr. Westbrook, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. This is, before we call your case, you missed court in a traffic misdemeanor matter. You've got a couple of them here before me. When that happened, the judge assigned to those cases issued warrants and set bonds. We're going to set the warrants aside today on those, so they're not following you around anymore, and you are going to get personal bonds on these tickets. You just need to make sure you get to your next court date so you don't find yourself locked up just for not appearing in court. Technically, these are misdemeanors. That means the maximum possible offense sentence that you face is up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You do have the right to remain silent. You're being recorded. Anything you say could be used against you in the future. And you have the right to the assistance of an attorney resolving these tickets. Even if you can't afford one, one will be assigned to you on or before your next court date. The first ticket is ticket number 467292. The government alleges that on November the 27th of 2018 in the area of eastbound Davison and Ewald Circle that your driver's license was not valid, okay? You got a personal bond on that ticket. Then we've got ticket number P364946. The government alleges in that one that on October 3rd of 2017 in the area of southbound Dexter and West Boston that you failed to display a valid operator's license or didn't have it on your person. You've got a personal bond on that ticket. And then we've got ticket number 496537 where the government alleges that on October 26, 2018 in the area of Oakman and Wildermere that you didn't have an operator's license in your possession. Personal bond on that ticket. All these tickets, you got the same court date, same judge. Next court date on these is going to be July the 1st, 2021, and you'll be in front of Judge Davis. Now moving on to your next case, which is case number 170-441-8501. People of the State of Michigan versus Martin Westbrook Counsel. Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I do note that this is charged as a misdemeanor dating back to an offense date of 2016. I have nothing else before me that causes me any concern about danger to the community. Is your client a resident of the area?
Yes, Your Honor, he turned himself in this morning as soon as he found out about the warrant during the traffic stop yesterday.
Oh, very good. Then he's certainly not a flight risk. Okay, bond is set in this case in the amount of $5,000 personal, $5,000 personal bond. The next court date is going to be June 22nd, 2021, and that's going to be in front of Judge Jefferson. Of course, there is to be no contact with the complainant, Tyra Chapman Colson. What that means is no verbal contact, no written contact, no contact through third parties or social media. Any attempt at contact with that individual will be considered a violation of the conditions of the bond. Did you have a question, counsel?
Your Honor, the court entertained no assaultive contact only because they co-parent very well. They co-parent every day together very, very well, according to my client. And the court is not comfortable with that. You know, this isn't an older matter, so I don't have any results, but the court is not comfortable in that. And of course, my client understands and he'll, figure out a way. But it is my understanding that they co-parent very well and everything is fine between them. So I would ask respectfully for no assaultive contact. If not, then I ask the court the best way to go about seeing the child without violating the.
All right, given the offense dates back to 2016 and I don't have anything else before me that causes me concern about contact, I will make that change. Officer Crawford, something else you want me to know?
You're in front of Judge Garrett, not Judge Jefferson.
Jefferson on the file. So who is it? Who are they going for?
The judge is Judge Garrett. It's a misdemeanor, so it would be a pre-trial.
Okay, so this is going in front of Judge Garrett?
Yes, also Garrett, yes.
Okay. All right, $5,000 personal bond, no assaultive contact with the complainant. They may continue to have contact to exchange the child as needed or parent the child as needed, just no assaultive contact given the date of the offense. The next court date is going to be in front of Judge Garrett, and it will be on June 22nd, 2021. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Crash for the file. Hi, what's your name, please?
Eric Kelly.
Okay, Mr. Kelly. This is case number 20062322601. People of the State of Michigan versus Eric Dwayne Kelly, counsel. Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I do note that this offense dates back to December of 2020. In terms of the danger to the community, I have only one prior in front of me that is non-assaultive. I don't have a concern about danger to the community in this case. Is your client a resident of the area?
Your Honor, he is a resident, he's a veteran, and he's here for that. He's been here for over 2 years, Your Honor.
Okay, but he does reside here in the area?
Correct.
All right, then I don't see a flight risk. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $10,000 personal, $10,000 personal bond. Next court date is going to be on June 23rd in front of Judge Jones. There is to be no contact with the complaining witness. Is that a problem in this case, counsel? All right. No contact or attempted contact with Janae Kelly Morton. That means no verbal contact, no written contact, no contact through third parties or social media. Any attempt at contact will be considered a violation of the conditions of the bond. Thank you. They keep coming. And now it's a final. Do I have Stewart on there? I told that attorney Stewart wasn't on there. No,
he's still not on.
All right. Hi, what's your name, please? Carlton Orr. Did you say Mr. Orr? Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you, Mr. Orr. This is case number 210-584-2501, People of the State of Michigan versus Carlton James Orr, counsel. Thank you, counsel. Court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I do note this is a non-assaultive offense and there is no prior conviction in front of me, assaultive or otherwise, such that I would have a concern about danger to the community. Is your client a resident of the area?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Then I don't have a concern about flight risk. Bond is set in the amount of $1,500 personal. Next court date is going to be in front of Chief Judge William McConaughey on August the 9th. After that, August 16th in front of Judge King. Of course, Mr. Orr, you are not to purchase or possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons during the course of the bond. Thank you. Hi, what's your name, please?
More rounds?
Mr. Rounds, good afternoon. This is case, well, let's start with this, Mr. Rounds. You missed court in a couple of traffic misdemeanor matters, just one. And when that happened, the judge assigned to the case, issued warrant, set a bond. We're going to set the warrant aside today, so it's not hanging out there anymore. And you're getting a personal bond on this ticket. The ticket is ticket number U513911519. The government alleges here that on November the 18th of 2019, in the area of 19212 Whitcomb, that you entered a vacant building without the owner's permission. As I said, you're getting a personal bond on this ticket. Your next court date on this ticket is going to be June the 30th of 2021, and you're going to be in front of Judge Ford. Now we'll get to your other case, which is case number 210-584-1401. People, State of Michigan versus Warren Tremaine Rounds. Counsel. Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. You have an argument as to bond.
Mr. Rounds is 21 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, lives with his girlfriend, is employed doing landscaping. This incident allegedly is from April 6th. Your Honor has a little bit of time to it. I respectfully ask the court to consider. Your Honor, a high personal.
All right, thank you, counsel. One moment, please. Okay, in this case, the defendant is charged with carjacking, using a firearm and completing that carjacking. He was accused of doing so by his neighbor, who presumably knows what he looks like, knows him well. He's young, but already on a habitual third. Both of the habituals having to do with stolen vehicles. So, you know, I've got quite a bit of concern in this case. He's just gotten a conviction for receiving and concealing $20,000 or more, which suggests a vehicle, in 2020. One moment, please. I was twice previously convicted on February 10th, Third Circuit Court. What I can't tell, they've got him listed as a habitual third. I've got a receiving and concealing on February 10th, 2020 out of Wayne County. I can't tell if they're saying they secured 2 convictions on the same date or this is a mistake and he's actually a habitual second. So somebody will want to take a look at that at some point. Nevertheless, February of 2020 was not very long ago. And so now here we are again with an offense date on this one of April 2021. I'm setting a cash bond in this case because I think there is a danger to the community given the priors and given the description that I have in the investigator's report. What do you think? That's what I was thinking. Okay. $50,000 cash in this case, cash bond in the amount of $50,000. Next court date's going to be June 10th in front of Judge King. That's the probable cause conference. After that, the preliminary examination is set for June 17th. And of course, there is to be no contact with the complainant, Ron Dominic Fleming. I see. I know. He's beyond parole. Yeah, I mean, I don't have that in the notes, but it was relatively recent. And especially if there were 2 counts. All right, you need to just be aware that there's a no contact order, Mr. Rounds. You're not to have any contact or attempted contact with the complainant, Ron Dominic Fleming. That means no verbal contact, no written contact. No contact through third parties or social media. Any attempt at contact with that individual will be considered a violation of the conditions of your bond. Thank you.
Now. Come on, man, that was it. That's all you got, man. Straight back, both in 6. Stepping on the right side, last year, perfect.
Hi, what's your name, please?
Eddie Davidson.
All right, Mr. Davidson. This one is case number 210-584-3401, People of the State of Michigan versus Eddie Dimitri Davidson, counsel.
On behalf of Davidson, from a reading of the constitutional rights and statutes.
Thank you, counsel. The court knows formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. You have an argument as to bond.
23 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, employed in Georgia, has a high school diploma, not on probation or parole. This is his grandmother, has great family ties, community ties, and respectful asking for a personal.
All right, thank you. Bond is set in the amount of $1,500 personal. $1,500 personal. It is non-assaultive. There are no priors. Sounds like he's got community ties. Next court date is going to be in front of Judge McConico on August the 9th. After that, August 16th in front of Judge Jefferson. He's not to purchase or possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons during the course of the bond. Thank you. Madam Clerk, would you please double check the first page of the second copy of the MIT there, the amount, just make sure it's clear, please. Thank you. All right, we have Mr. Reed is here on Mr. And then when we get a break, if you could bring Mr. Waters up, I should have his file now. He's got retained counsel waiting. There it is. Thank you so much. Hi, what's your name, please, sir?
Andre McReynolds.
Okay, Mr. McReynolds, this is case number 210-584-3501, People of the State of Michigan versus Andre James McReynolds, counsel. Thank you, counsel. Court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I do note that this is a non-assaultive offense and there are no priors in front of me, assaultive or otherwise. I do not have a concern about danger to the community. Is your client a resident of the area? All right, then I don't see a flight risk. Bond is set in the amount of $1,500 personal. Next court date will be on August 9th in front of Judge McConico. After that, August 16th in front of Judge Jones. Mr. McReynolds, you're not to purchase or possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons during the course of this bond. Thank you. Okay. Hi, what's your name, sir?
D'Angelo Waters.
Okay, Mr. Waters. Mr. Reed, are you ready on Mr. Waters?
Sorry, y'all.
No problem.
We have maybe 5 minutes.
You need some time?
I'm sorry, can we have about 5 minutes on Mr. Waters? Mr. Reed is wrapping up another hearing.
All right, thank you. DDC, I'm sorry, we need to pass Mr. Waters for a moment. What's your name, please, sir? All right, Mr. Holloway, this is case number 210-584-3601, People of the State of Michigan versus Jalen Holloway, counsel.
Mr. Holloway is from a reading understands his constitutional rights and stands.
Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea in your client's behalf. I do note that this is a non-assaultive allegation and there are no prior convictions in front of me, assaultive or otherwise, such that I would have a concern about danger to the community. Is your client a resident of the area?
Yes, sir.
All right, given his residency, I don't see a flight risk. Bond is set in the amount of $1,500 personal. Next court date is going to be August the 4th in front of Chief Judge McConico. After that, August 11th in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Holloway, you're not to purchase or possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons during the course of this bond, sir. Thank you.
Let me see your wristband. Make sure your mask is on.
Hi, what's your name, please? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Say it one more time, please.
Kiani Hodge.
Okay, Mr. Hodge. All right, this is case number 210-584-5001, People of the State of Michigan versus Kiani Hodge, counsel.
Mr. Chairman, on behalf of defendant, Mr. Hodge, who is from a reading understands his constitutional rights and stands.
Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived and enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. These are highly assaultive, 2 counts of AWIM, 2 counts of GBH. I'll hear your arguments as to bond.
Your Honor, he's 18 years old. He has no priors. He's currently a senior in high school. He lives with his mother. We have her contact information. We reached out to her. He has her support. He's a lifelong resident of Detroit. I understand the court has already indicated how serious these charges are. However, they are allegations, Your Honor, and he doesn't have priors. And he's got the family ties and community ties, so I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a reasonable bond here, Your Honor, given his age and his family support, and that he's still in school. I understand the court has to consider community safety. I would just ask the court respectfully to do a reasonable bond in this matter.
All right, thank you. One of the things that concerns me, counsel, I recognize his age, that he doesn't have any priors. I've had a chance to look at the investigator's report in this case and try to take the probable cause testimony. I realized there was a large melee, and Mr. Hodge indicated that he was acting in self-defense. However, one of the things that came through in the testimony, and perhaps in the investigator's report, but certainly in that testimony, is that there were 2 victims, one of them sustaining multiple gunshot wounds, another sustaining a single wound, sustained as they were running away, was the description, was the testimony, allegedly. And so, you know, that causes me quite a bit of concern in this case. I'm going to set bond. I'm going to set a cash bond. I'm going to set it lower than I would normally be inclined to set it, because I do realize that he is alleging some sort of self-defense and there was a large melee going on. But nevertheless, I don't think this is the case for a personal bond. What do you think? All right. Let me double check. We're going to take another look at the investigator's report. One moment, please. Yeah, they said I identified him through. One shot right down the stairs. She was standing in the basket. She observed 2 boys fighting. And the guy said, "Where is he?" She heard more shots coming behind her. She was shot as she fled. Where did you read the part about? Her tireless fighting. We heard shots. Witness stopped out to drive. Bunch of kids. Sheets or police on Harper and Grand. So it's not very clear.
I guess if he's the shooter,
Mhm.
I agree. Because
I-
he's shooting.
I do worry about identification in cases like this.
Mhm.